Hello, everyone. Welcome to Save News TV. Thank you so much for inviting us into your homes. And as always, we just say thank you. Well, today we have a lot to cover. And of course, I need to take care of housekeeping with the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All righty. Well, we have that cleared up. So today we have quite a few things that we're going to cover today. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to cover. We're going to cover the Biden reneging on his promise, dealing with student loans. Student loan relief is no longer extended, and the payments will start back again. You need to start paying February 1st, and also there will be no cancellation. We'll also be covering Elon Musk. Neuralink hopes to start implanting its brain chips in humans in 2022. Okay. All right. There's also been a $26 billion settlement from drug distributors for cities that was unaffected by opioids. So they received a 26 billion settlement from three drug companies. If we have time, we will go to Christian entertainment and news. We have other things that we will hopefully get to because, time is of the essence. And, I don't try to keep you all too long. So, first up, um, is the student loans. As you know, and you might not know if you're not a person that has student loans or your children doesn't have student loans, is that one of the campaign promises was for the student loan debt to be forgiven in whole or part for a certain number of people. But and that was a campaign promise that Joe Biden made. However, now Joe is like he, he's like, what to these people? So he said, what? Guess what? Yes, guess what, everybody? Those student loans are no longer being forgiven, and he is definitely have reneged on his promises. We're going to go to, first of all, what he tweeted out initially during the campaign. And this is what he said during the campaign. Paying off your kids' student loan debt can feel overwhelming. We need a president that understands that. Now, that was on October 29th, 2019. Um, so we know that, he was pushing for, um, let us do the student loan thing. We're going to take care of your student loans. Only thing you got to do is vote for me because I am the man to do it for you. Don't be uh, don't be deceived. But right now, Joe Biden is doing this. Yes, he is laughing. He is laughing. Let's catch that again. He's laughing because people actually believed his campaign promise and voted for him. So what we're going to do now, of course, is we're going to go over here to the actual article that covers the point that he will not be extending student loan relief. This is coming from Forbes magazine, and it says Biden won't extend student loan relief and confirms student loan payments restart February 1st. And I know you're saying to yourself, Of course, this must be wrong because Joe Biden promised that he would do this. But Joe is saying, no, it's not a joke. He is not extended. He said, what? Not a joke. He is not extending the student loan payments. So let's read this article. Let's get into it. The Biden administration won't extend student loan relief and confirms student loan payments restart on February 1st, 2022. The White House press secretary Jen Psaki confirmed to reporters loss of space at a press briefing that the Biden administration won't extend student loan relief and the student loan payments pause will end on January 31st, 2022. Nope, Joe Biden did not won't extend student loan relief again. Here are some highlights from her comments. In the coming weeks, we will release more details about our plans. We will engage directly with the federal student loan borrowers to ensure they have resources they need and are in appropriate repayment plan. We are still assessing the impact of Omicron variant. See now, as I always say, Joe and they always give an excuse for why they don't do anything. Joe and Kamala, and only thing they're doing is blaming other things. First, if they're not blaming then they're blaming the Omicron variant, or they're blaming something. But then but when they were busy promising. But you know what? This is really this is really what it is right here. You know what I'm saying? It is them laughing because of the fact that this is just not happening. All right, so back to the article here. It says the smooth transition back into repayment is a high priority for the administration. The Department of Education is already communicating with borrowers to help them prepare for return of repayment on February 1st. 41 million borrowers have benefited from the extended loan repayment pause, but it expires February 1st. So right now, we're just making a range of preparations. Student loan relief, this won't sit well with progressives and advocates. Okay, are we surprised? Are we surprised? We might not be surprised, but Joe is like, hey, this is not a joke. We want our money back. This is not a joke. We want our money back. So let's get back to the article because he is definitely on it. Progressive members of Congress, leading advocacy groups, and student loan borrowers have lobbied President Joe Biden to extend the student loan pause beyond January 31st, 2022. Here are a list of everyone who wants Biden to extend the loan relief. They cite potential financial devastations for millions of borrowers if temporary student loan forbearance isn't extended. Senate Majority Leaders Chuck Schumer, Democrat, New York, and Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, it's just moving around, isn't it? Democrat in Maine said that 89% of student loan borrowers feel financially unprepared to restart student loan payments. They also argue that 9 million student loan borrowers in default will suffer further financial detriment. 5 ways that he could cancel student loans. With other U.S. senators, they have pressured Biden to postpone the return of student loan payments for at least several months and at most until the end of C-19 health emergency. Despite these pleas, the Biden administration seems definitely focused on ending the student loan relief on January 31st. Student loan cancellations won't happen either. So they're not going to cancel. I think that was part of the promise that they were going to cancel some student loans. But nope, that's not happening either. Some student loan borrowers have hoped that Biden will deliver a last minute financial lifeline by enacting wide scale student loan cancellation. Here's how the student loan forgiveness during Biden's administration. However, there is no indication that Biden will cancel everyone's student loans. Therefore, don't expect Biden to cancel student loans before the student loan relief ends. On the contrary, she said, provided an update on Biden's actions to date to enact student loan forgiveness. Since becoming president, Biden has canceled 12.5 billion of student loan debts for approximately 640,000 student loan borrowers. I'd like to know who they were. I don't know of anybody. I don't know of anybody that got it. That's probably the program that was going on before, that if you were a teacher or military or something like that, and you paid, there were certain stipulations, but that was enacted before he became president. But okay. When questioned by a reporter about Biden's administration plan to help student loan borrowers, Penske made no mention of any future plans for wide scale student loan forgiveness, how to qualify for automatic student loan forgiveness. Her posture has been consistent with Biden in that the president supports wide scale student loan cancellation up to $10,000. But Congress should pass legislation on mass student loan forgiveness. So now he's blaming Congress. It's got to be Congress to do it, even though this was his campaign promise. With less than 60 days remaining until the end of the temporary student loan release, it's essential that you understand all your options for student loan repayments. And these are the options here. All righty. So, one thing I am saying is that for those that really believe Joe Biden and his campaign promise, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, you know, he doesn't, I'm just saying, did you really believe him? Did you really believe him? He's like, on February 1st, guess what? Those payments are coming due. Yes. And you know what? He's laughing too. He's laughing too. Because he just can't believe that you all believed him that he would be canceling out this debt. Because we know um, there's a whole list of things that he has made campaign promises for, that he has not been honorable with, and has not um, honored his campaign promises. I have this I received this message from someone, and this tweet, and I wanted to share this with you all so you can, some of it, it's funny, but this is is basically what it is. It is about what are your favorite what are your favorites for what Joe Biden's promised over the years. Which one are your favorite in truths that he has made? And so we're going to share this screen right here, and you tell me what which one is your favorite, because I don't know why people have believed him, because he's been consistent with not doing what he says he's going to do. And so why are we surprised yet again? So here we go. It says, this is a tweet from someone that I received. Um, and today Joe Biden broke his a campaign promise to his voters that he would not be extending student loan relief on February 1st. So this is a thing here to ask you, which one is your favorite of Joe Biden? Was it the 1991 campaign attack on Anita Hill? Was it in 1994 that he wrote the disastrous crime bill? Was it the 1995 when he wrote Ambia's Counterterrorism Act, which later became the Patriot Act? Or was it the 1996 vote against um, gay marriages? Was it the 1999 repeal Glass-Steagall Act? Was it the 2001 voted for the Patriot Act? Was it in 2002 when he voted for the Iraq War? Was it in 2005 when he voted to extend bankruptcy protections for students, to end bankruptcy protection for students? Now, this is important because you cannot declare bankruptcy and get rid of student loans. And in 2005, he voted to end that. That's when that happened. So why people believed and thought that if they voted for him, that he was going to honor a campaign promise to forgive student debts. I'm just saying, I mean, he has a history here. His history speaks for itself. Or was it in 2018 when he presented George Bush with the Liberty Medal? You decide what was your best one. But one thing that Joe Biden is doing, and that is he and his counterpart is just doing this. Because everything that he has promised, there are so many campaign promises that he has made and he has broken. Um, and he's like this, right? He's sorry, right? He's sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's sorry, all right. But anyway, so let's move on to our next story here. I'm going to do a little swoosh as we change topics. All right, now, everybody. Well, Elon Musk is in the news, and this time he's in the news because he desires to have his neuroblast implanted in your brain. Ooh, gotta have some water. Ah, he desired. Matter of fact, all of this is so good. I need a big glass of tea because the tea is good today. Now, who in their right mind, tell me who would want Elon Musk to use one of his products to implant in your brain? I'm just saying. But, I don't know. Neuralink, let's get to it. What did it say? Elon Musk says Neuralink hopes to start implanting its brain chips in humans in 2022, later than he anticipated. Elon Musk says Neuralink hopes to start implanting its brain chips in humans in 2022. He said the first humans to receive the chips would be people with severe spinal cord injuries. Well, we would hope that it would work, and we hope that it if someone has severe spinal cord injuries, that it would assist them. But our reservation is, what else would this chip have the ability to do in the brain? Okay, let's get on with the article. Musk has previously given earlier time frames for Neuralink to implant chips in humans. Elon Musk said that Neuralink, his brain interface technology company, hopes to start. Okay, this is just the same thing. Neuralink, co-founded by Musk in 2016, is developing a chip that would be implanted in people's brain to simultaneously record and stimulate brain activity. Hold up. Okay, now this is the issue that I have right here. And this is the problem. Who will have access to this information? Now, we already know that Congress They have already want your vax records. Now, who is going to have a record of your brain, to your brain, and simulate of your brain activities? It's going to record it and simulate your brain activity. So, what's the purpose? You must think they're going to record the activity that's going into your brain. Then they're going to download the information from the chip and put it into another, whatever their medium is, to simulate your brain activity. So they're going to mock your brain activity outside. So anyways, what it is doing is it will have the ability to think like you. Okay, let's just call a thing a thing. It is intended to have medical applications such as treating serious spinal cord injuries and neurological disorders. Baby, y'all better be careful with this. During a live stream interview at Wall Street Journal CEO Council Summit on Monday, Musk said was asked what Neuralink's plan to do in 2022. He said, Neuralink's working well in monkeys, and we're actually doing just a lot of testing and just confirming that it's safe and reliable, and Neuralink device can be removed safely. Okay, not just removed safely, can it be implanted safely? You know, and then can it be removed safely is, but you've already downloaded all of the brain activities, how a person thinks. No, what they're, this is just, oh, so much. He added, we hope to have this in our first humans, which would be people that have severe spinal cord injuries like tetraplegic and quadriplegics next year, pending FDA approval. Musk reiterated in 2022 timeline in his post on Twitter, progress will accelerate when we have devices in humans. Hard to have nuances conversations with monkeys next year, he said. Well, I'm sure you can't have conversations with monkeys, but this is a very dangerous thing. And I pray for those that have neurological or spinal cord disease. But I would hope that there would be another way than other than implanting a chip, because I feel that this is something that will backfire on the people that have received it. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, let's get back to the article. Musk has previously offered earlier time frames for Neuralink implanting its chips in humans for the first time. He said in February that Neuralink could start implanting the tech at the end of 2021. In 2019, he said that he hoped to begin testing by the end of 2020. So, in other words, what they're saying is that what this article really is doing is shading Elon Musk, because, in other words, they're saying for the past 3 years he's made promises that they would be able to implant this in the brain. So until which time, I will not be a guinea pig, but something about this, they have decided that testing on humans is the way to go. But I would strongly encourage people, if your child or if you have suffered from that, and I know that might be a very heartbreaking um, illness that you might be going through, just think twice before you have something implanted in your brain from Elon Musk, and just implant it in your brain, period, because that might not be the best option for you. Well, now we're going to move on to the next story. Let's do our quick swoop. We have the cities that was racked with opioids now is getting a $26 billion settlement. And I'm going to say that I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that the United States government is not paying for this, that actually the drug companies are being held accountable for this because of this. And this is coming from the Associated Press. And cities racked by opioids close a close to getting a $26 billion settlement. Okay. The opioid epidemic blew into picturesque Oregon town like a toxic wind, leaving overdoses, addiction, homelessness, and wrecked families in its wake. In a humble single-story brick building, 3 blocks from the town of McMinnville, wine tasting rooms and cafes, staffers and volunteers of Recovery Center called Provoking Hope help the casualties, the workers who themselves are recovering from drug addiction, offered counseling, coffee, and for some clean syringes. Now that's sad. It really is. It's really sad. Okay, McMinnville and thousands of other towns across the United States are on the precipice of receiving billions of dollars in the second biggest legal settlement in U.S. history. The $26 billion from drug distributors and the pharmaceutical manufacturers would address damage wrought by opioids, which is the federal government declared in 2017 as a public health emergency. States, counties, and cities face a deadline in 3 weeks to sign onto the deal. So if your state have suffered from this, get on the phone, get on the horn, call your representatives and everyone and let them know, hey, we need you all to get this money. Okay. So 3 weeks. But a few holdouts remain, including Oregon, where disagreements have emerged between state and local. Y'all better stop arguing and get this money. The money is needed in Yamhill County, where McMinnville is this county seat. It would expand counseling treatment, including jails, expand residential treatments and recovery facilities, and fund other programs, said County Commissioner Casey Kula. As Provoking Hope's office manager, okay, let's get down here to who is responsible and who is going to pay. All righty then. We are the three drug distributors that's in this case is AmerisourceBergen, Cardinal Health and McKesson, and drug maker Johnson and Johnson agreed in July to pay the combined 26 billion to resolve thousands of state and local government lawsuits. But if the defendants feel there's a lack of participation by states or local jurisdictions, it could cause them to back away from the landmark agreement and eventually reduce the settlement amount. Now, this is very important. Like I stated, if your state, if your city, if your county is one of those that have suffered from opioids and devastation, then you need to contact your local state official and say, look, get on this money. I don't know who's involved in this, the states that's involved in this lawsuit, but it would be um, advantageous if they reached out. I might even reach out to my county, my state, and say, look, I don't know, this is, I don't know what states are involved. Where are we at as far as a county, country, state on this right here? Are we involved in this? I want to know. All right. Also, before we do that, we're moving on to the next. So here we go. Unfortunately for Haiti, Haiti has experienced another catastrophe. Oh, Lord. Okay. The fireball from an overturned tanker kills dozens in Haiti. A gas tanker overturned and exploded in northern Haiti, unleashing a fireball that swept through homes and businesses on its way to killing at least 60 people in the latest tragedy to befall the Caribbean nation. The blast occurred shortly after midnight in Cap Haitian, excuse me, Haiti's second largest city along the northern coast. Hours later at dawn Tuesday, buildings and overturned vehicles were still fuming as firefighters covered the burned bodies of young victims in white sheets and loaded them onto the back of a construction truck. Hundreds of Haitians who already who aren't easily shocked amid so much of their country's misfortune looked on from the rooftop in disbelief at the loss of life. Only thing we want to ask you all to do is to reach out and pray for um, those that have lost their lives in Haiti. It seems that that country is just getting devastated. Just it's absolutely devastating, devastating. And we also know that we are also praying and reaching out for those that have suffered from the tornadoes that hit the mid section of the country. There was maybe hundreds of people that have succumbed to their tornado. It is just sad, and we just want to pray and reach out to them. And so hopefully we can end this newscast on a lighter note, um, because we have some other things that's coming up this week. I'm not going to keep you all long tonight. And we will be back tomorrow night, and then we'll be back on Friday, and not Friday, Thursday, with what's going on in Israel. So we're going to have something a little bit lighter that hopefully we got it right here. So something on Omicron is stating that it is milder. This Associated Press is offering more hints about what it may have in store as it spreads across the globe. Highly transmittable, but may cause less severe disease, and one that can be slowed down but not stopped by today's vaccines. Now, that is a bit of good news. I'm not going to go all through the article. What I'm going to do, of course, you all know that I'm going to put the links in the chat for all of the articles that we have covered today. So you all can go and read and research for yourself. We want to make sure that you know what's going on and stay abreast and on top of everything that's happening in this nation and in this country and outside of the country. So as I drop these links in the chat for you to um, read for yourself and research for yourself. Also, one of the good things that I would like to mention is that we are reaching out to several content creators. There's a few that we have reached out to and want to add on to Save News TV to expand the information that you get, because as we know, there's always censorship. As you can, there's no censorship when you watch us on Save News TV, on Roku, and on Amazon Fire TV. You can watch us there, and you don't have to worry about being censored. So we're asking, what I'm doing now is I'm asking the audience. We've asked part of our team, our crew, to recommend channels, and we have had a couple of channels that our team has recommended, and I've reached out to those, and we're going to see if we get any feedback on them. But also, if the audience have a favorite channel that they would like to for us to reach out to, you all know our type of content. We do different types of things. We do news, Christian news, or news as a whole. We also do political news, and we got to bring it and educate everybody and help everybody. We also do our spiritual news, but on Save News TV on Roku and Amazon Fire TV, we have ministries there. We have comedy. We have music. We have different types of things. We have talk shows. We have a lot of different things. So what we wanted to do is ask you all for your people, and I'll reach out to them. First of all, I got to check out their channel and make sure that they fit in, with what we are bringing. We don't believe in hate, but we believe in facts. And whether or not it's something that someone likes or not, it's too bad. That's why we put it on Save News on our Roku and Amazon Fire, because nobody can take that down. We put it up there. It's for you. It is free to you to watch. We do not have a fee for you to watch the content that's up there. We want to make it accessible to you, because it's just like information is free. And sometimes it's easy to get it from different places, but you need to have different sources. The mainstream media is not going to tell you a lot of things. And so I can't do all the videos. Our team can't do all the videos. So like I stated, we're reaching out to some content creators, or if you're interested in having your information up there on Save News TV on Roku and Amazon Fire, our networks. But again, remember, we will have to look at your stuff and make sure it's appropriate. But we also are not going to censor anyone. So anyway, as always, you all, I really appreciate you all letting me into your homes tonight. I have Bible study tonight. I got to get going. I got to get in. I got to get to the house of the Lord. So I'm going to, and make sure you listen to savenewsradio.com so you can listen to gospel music 24/7 for free, savenewsradio.com. And all of our podcasts are on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, all of the major things. So just follow us and let us know that you have followed us. Thank you again so much. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have something coming up tomorrow and Thursday. Well, you all have a very blessed evening. I'm going to show you this promo. Getting bored? Want to enjoy some relaxing music? Do you need to get updated with all the latest news, but don't have enough time to watch TV for hours? Or do you need to get your praise and worship on? We have your solution to your problem. SaveNewsRadio.com got everything you need. Listen to SaveNewsRadio.com, filled with praise and worship 24/7, everywhere, in your home, laptop, or tablet, on your phone, in your car, and on Alexa. Install the Save News Radio skill on Alexa, and then just say, "Alexa, launch Save News Radio." The beautiful, uplifting sounds of praise and worship music, ministries, news, and more. SaveNewsRadio.com, created to glorify God and edify the body of Christ. Tune in to Save News TV on Roku to watch these editions and more. Apostle Sevilla Purcell.
Well, hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Sevilla Purcell, and I'm so excited to be here with you today with a new you. Yes, in the midst of COVID, in the midst of pain, in the midst of situations that seem so hard that there seems that there is no solution. But in the midst of everything that you have, I came to bring you a message. There's a new you. There's a new you coming. Amen.
Evangelist No Man Johnny. Pastor J. Matt Taylor.
When he went there, he looked at her and he did something outlandish. He said, he spoke to her first of all. She said, if you knew who you was talking to, sir, you wouldn't be talking to me asking me for no water. And he said, if you knew who you were talking to. If you knew who you were talking to, you would understand that I have living water. Amen. Water gives life, but the living water, come on somebody, the living water gives you eternal life. Water that you will never thirst for again. Hallelujah. Because it's in the supply.
And Apostle Carmina Cox. That your dreams are not tied up in your boo thing, your bae, your spouse, your wifey, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm good, Tiff. I am. I'm real good. But we need to herald this message. Make sure you like and share. Because we need to tell everybody in the spirit of transparency that our dreams and our visions, our goals, our ambitions are not tied up in our relationships with another person. These and much more on Save News TV on Roku.